Hello guys and welcome to my lucid dream about ShootMania's future. Over the past few months, ShootMania's had a turbulent time with bugs, slow player numbers and huge update that forces the authors of community servers to update manually, which more or less is what the entire game is for the common player base basically. We know that the developers are working on ShootMania, something they more or less didn't do at all for the past 3 years or something. During that time, the game has decayed, until Mario Planet 4 dropped, that is. But I know that a lot of the consistent players was slightly disappointed about the new update, considering that it was the first one for 3 years. But do not despair, Nadia will update the game more in the future, so I thought I'd make myself a vision of a perfect ShootMania of the future. Now bear in mind that this is my opinion and I encourage you to suggest changes or other ideas that you might have in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, we all know that ShootMania is community-fueled. However, it doesn't really receive any petrol from its developers. If ShootMania was in an engine of a car, then Nadia would be the mechanics that switches parts, and lately, not necessarily working parts either. Lol. I'd like to see a greater difference from community servers to official servers. Sure, we have the channels, and they are a good window for new players, don't get me wrong. Besides the chat. But there is not a soul out there that likes all the different modes that ShootMania has to offer and that are on the channels, which makes it, in some context, a poor trial for new players and in greater significance for experienced players. Do you remember back in the day of ShootMania when we had teams for Elite? Oh man, those were the days. My favourite feature of that was the team emblems. They gave your team an identity, a name. It made you feel like you had a place in this game. Hell, they even changed the textures in game too, to showcase your team emblem, your team logo on map parts. But to be honest, this feature was incredibly clunky, and to get it to work, you had to use several different tools to make your emblem into different file types, sizes, and whatnot. I don't quite remember. Anyway, it was really, really clunky. But it worked though. It was amazing to just see your team logo up on the spawns and inside the game and see your team name being showcased. It was cool. What I'd also like to see is a queue system where you can just queue for elite games with your team. Lobby servers are overrated in my opinion. I'd rather just queue up and go play Hearthstone in the meantime on my other monitor. I want the queue features to be as simple as possible. Just get into a party with your buddies, click play or whatever, and you get tossed into a game against another team. Also, I think the game needs to tell you in a better way what rank your team has, and where you personally are on the scoreboard as well. Today, most players are unaware of their personal rating, which is a shame really. This is a game that focuses hard on competition and sports, for God's sake. Oh, and the UI. The UI and the menus in this game is clunky, to be honest. Never liked it, really. And I know several other people who don't like it either. To put things into perspective for you, for the menu part, here's an example. Go and change your password in-game. Now, see how long it takes you to figure out where you can change your password? It took me like 2 years to figure that out. Oh man. Tell me in the comments how much time you used to find out where you can change your password. Do not tell others where you can do that. Do not do that. I just want to see how much time you take to just change your password. Also, I want a reward system, like medals, sprays, emotes for the standard skin, anything really. It would breathe new life into this game, I'm sure of it. Just imagine having emblems or medals you could showcase for some cups you won or whatever on your avatar image or something. It would be so much cooler and you would feel like you had progression in the game. Do you have any other ideas for ShootMania? Have you ever thought of something that was terrible or great? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Even though Mania Planet 4 so far has been turbulent, we know that Nodeo is working on a big update for next year. Only together with Nodeo can we succeed in making ShootMania great again. We are the players. We play the best arena shooter out there. We are Mania Planet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in-game soon. Goodbye!